I caught my fiance cheating on me. Then I married her to take revenge. And what I did to her will shock you. Hello, everyone. I heard it's very helpful to be here and you hope so today. I'll tell you the cheating story of fiance and how I take revenge from her. I hope the story will be very helpful for you guys. I want to lighten my heart by telling the story of my fiance's infidelity. I hope you definitely learned something from the story. If you like the story of mine, then please thumbs up on this video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then subscribe it now and click on the bell icon so that the upcoming interesting videos can reach you. My name is Henry and my fiancée is Emily. We lived in Texas for ages. It was 2018 when my fiancé cheated on me. Before that, when we were children. She and I were very get along. Our families were also very good friends. We knew each other since we were kids. Her family and mine all knew one another and were close because my father and my fiancé's father both worked together as children. When I was studying in 5th grade, we were very get along and supported each other a lot. But there was nothing like love between us. As we grew up, our friendship grew more stronger. She and I had some attraction to each other growing up, but we never acted on it, afraid that something could go wrong and ruin our friendship. Even though she was insanely beautiful, I kept everything purely platonic. But I would often notice some of her boyfriends she had were a lot like me, and she would always fight with them about comparing me to them. I always felt responsible for these breakups and told her after her last that maybe we needed to spend more time away from one another so she could figure out what she wanted. She texted me the next day saying she wanted to talk at her house. Got nervous because I did not know what to expect. She sat down in her living room and told me everything, that she was in love with me and wanted more than just being friends. At first, I thought it was a joke because when this happened, it was an April Fool's. But then she kissed me and I was hooked. I kept thinking how dumb I was, constantly avoiding this chance that I had with her. Things with us was perfect. I literally felt like a king that found his queen. Our family's ecstatic in full providing mood, even though we were by now first starting college. Her dad said to me with a grin on his face, "About time." I was wondering what was taking so long. We did everything together. Both of our families were very happy with this relationship. So they got us engaged, and we were also very happy with this engagement. But the marriage was not yet done. The marriage was fixed after our graduation. Had a lot of good times and bad, but we always faced them and never hide anything from each other. She was looking the love of my life material and constantly told me how she could love me forever. I was on the cloud 9 until I noticed in later months that she and my younger cousin were hanging out a lot recently. My cousin was not exactly the most responsible person in the world. He had no siblings and he missed such things. But I always looked out for him because he was my best friend and considered him a little brother. I noticed he would at times look at my girl the way dudes look at any girl they're on the hunt for, and calmly asked him what's going on, and he would sheepishly sag nothing and walk away. I did not pay any attention to it at that time. One night when she and I were chilling in my dorm watching a movie, she randomly said, "Please don't ever leave me," in a sad voice. I told her that would never happen. But all she did was give me a sad smile. After that, things started taking a turn. She grew distant and kept withdrawing from me. Even when we had closeness, as much as we loved it. It felt like it was becoming a routine to keep me happy, instead of keeping us happy. This went for about 5 months. Then by Valentine's Day, she was back to normal, all loving fun and full attention. I even brought her a diamond necklace with money I saved up. It was a good day, which makes what happened all the more bitter. I had planned that I was going to propose to her that night, but I had forgotten to get the ring from the dorm after I dropped her. I went back to my car and checked to see if it was there before I drove away to my dorm. And sure enough, it was there, dropped it under the seat as I was getting ready to go back in to surprise her. I saw my cousin drive by and park right in front of her house. My car was in the shadows, so he did not see me, but he went to the door, she opened it and they were talking. He kept trying to kiss her and she told him no. But then they were in full makeup mood. She took him by the hand and they went inside, did not even bother closing the door fully. I was livid. I actually started breathing hard and heaving. Felt like I was going to pass out. I couldn't believe what I just saw. My heart was telling me to wait before I did anything crazy. But my brain said finish this. I got out and ran to the door quietly, going inside the house. No sooner did I go in, I heard in the living room moaning widely and him grunting. I was seeing red, but I stayed in control. I took out my phone, hit record quietly, walked to the corner of the living room and saw what I can never unsee, her riding him, bouncing like some damn bunch. See this? My tears stood up and I was surprised that my fiance was also cheating on me. I could no longer look at my fiance like this. So I turned off the video recording and sat in the car. After seeing this incident, I got depressed and thought I never yelled at her, never mistreated or ignored her. If she was happy, I was happy knowing she was happy. We knew each other our whole lives. And I foolishly thought she was the one on the next day. I asked my fiancé, "Are you having an affair with my cousin?" But she denied me and said, "You're blaming me." I said to her that it is very good of me, that if you tell me the trip, if there is anything like that, I'll forgive you. But she did not tell me anything and started accusing me that you misunderstand me. She left me, stopped talking to me and started ignoring me and said, "I hate you because you're accusing me." I did not watch that video because I wanted to take revenge on her. At right time, I left my cousin forever. I considered him my brother. But after that, I never liked to see my cousin's face. After that, our engagement broke off. I was so madly in love with her. So I couldn't bear her betrayal that I started taking sleeping pills and drugs. I was useless because I was completely mad. My whole life and career was ruined, that I really loved her and had dreams of marriage with her. But gradually I realized that I was doing wrong. I was crudely myself. After a few months, I thought I was spoiling my life for that girl who cheated on me. I thought that I will seek revenge of the betrayal that she gave me. I will ruin her life now. And it really messed with my head. But I had plenty of friends to help me out. My buddies actually took me on a trip with them to France to help clear my head. It was the best thing to happen to me. Seeing the Eiffel Tower, eating some madeleines and learning some French really helped boost my confidence. After that, I improved myself, got out of the shock and worked hard for my career. Now, I'm 27 years old when I started my own company. And after some time I built a huge business, I became very rich person. One day I got my ex-fiancée text and said that she wants to meet me, but I refused to meet her. But she came to my office and she said, "I still love you a lot." I'm sorry for that day. I did not want to break the engagement. But there was such a situation between us that I had to. "But you want to marry me?" "I still want you as much as I wanted you before." I knew why did she come back to my life. Because I had become very rich. I just said, "Okay, if you still love me, then I'm ready to marry you." She got ecstatic and said, "I love you, babes." I knew she was not loyal with me, knew she was greedy. I was rich. So she wanted to come back in my life. But I allowed her to come back in my life because I only wanted revenge, because I was not in love with her anymore. And I hated her a lot just because of her. I couldn't recover from a shock for a year and went into debt. My life was over. But my buddies taught me a chance to live again. They again talked about marriage in our family and our family agreed. Finally, we both got married to each other. She was ecstatic about the marriage, but I was not happy because I had to take revenge on her, which she did before I did not love her anymore. The first night of marriage, which is very sensitive for any girl. I did not go to her that night and stayed out all night. She kept calling me, but I did not pick a single one. When I reached home in the morning, she asked me why you did not come at night. I was waiting for you. I said I had a lot of work in my office. So I did not get free time for you. When she heard my words, she became speechless and said, I am your love. And it's just our married night. You must be coming. I just ignored her and went to washroom. I knew she was aggressive inside but did not show me. I had a very good friend who helped me get out of this shock. I told him that I married the same girl who cheated on me and who fucked with my cousin. He asked me, why did you do that? You knew she was not a good girl for you? Then why did you marry her? Then I told him that I want to take revenge from her the way she left me in a bad situation. I also want to leave her in the same situation. Now, I want to drive her crazy the way she drove me. My friend told me about a drug name. After mixing with food makes a person slowly go insane. So I brought that medicine and hidden it in my locked cabin. That's why she couldn't see it. After a few days, I begin to mix medicine in her food that slowly causes a person to become mentally ill. And it happened that after 1 week, she started going crazy and started acting like a mental patient. And after she went completely crazy, I admitted her to mental hospital and then I decided to leave her just like she left me in this same situation before I divorced her, due to which our two families started fighting. Her family said to me when I should support my wife in her illness, leaving her in a bad condition. They called me a selfish person. Then I took out her FA video with my cousin and showed it to all of them and told about how she cheated me. Everyone became speechless. Her parents couldn't believe that their daughter did this, but I did not discuss it further because my revenge was fulfilled what she had done to me. I shouldn't have done this to her. I should have forgiven her if she agreed and accepted her mistake. But she did not accept her mistake and kept wronging me. I was so mad about my revenge that I couldn't rest. After that, I went back to my normal life. Then a few months ago, one of the last people I expected contacted me. Her sister said she got my new number from my parents and wanted to catch up with me. I was always cool with her. So we started texting and catching up and she and I really clicked. It felt new and exciting with her. Last time I saw her about 5 years ago, she was a cute skinny kid with braces. But when she sent me a picture of her, now my jaws dropped. She was out of the world. Stunning. We recently met up and she hugged me so tightly. I honestly did not want to let her go. We started hanging out a lot and she told me a little bit about what happened after I left her. She had a crush on me and said that she always thought about me and I was the perfect guy that my ex-wife did not deserve. I told her that I like her too and would like to start dating her if she'd have me. She was very supportive of me. She was very kind-hearted and loyal. Later on I got married with her and spending a good life. I loved her a lot, cure her a lot and fulfill her every wish. She deserved more than this. If only she had come earlier in my life, nothing bad would have happened in my life. So that's where I am right now. Good life and I am falling in love again. And I'm happy I learned a lot from my experiences and want to share my input to let people know that there is life after infidelity, to remind people, it's never too late to start over, and more importantly, never settle for second best yet. Work for me and yet can work for you.